I think a lot of us prefer classic YouTube. Now, personally, I don't mind YouTube in the current state it's in. I think it's perfectly acceptable, even though it has a lot of issues. I mean, many people have already discussed those issues. I think some of you may have already watched those videos. I certainly have, but yeah, I don't really see the issue with modern YouTube besides, everything else that I assume with it, but like it's perfectly serviceable. But I still really like the classic era of YouTube where you can do literally anything without your video getting wombo comboed, age restricted, or just taken off the face of the earth. So today, I'm going to be looking over some classic YouTube videos I used to watch a lot back in the day, my childhood. So we're going to be going back to memory lane, and these are the top 10 most nostalgic YouTube videos. To me, in my opinion, of course. Obviously, you guys as listeners are going to be completely different towards mine or maybe similar. I don't know. This is just my list. So, yeah. Also, I will be just crediting the original creator of the video and probably just leave the links in the description, of course. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's go. Firstly, we have 25 Ways to Kill Yoshi by Shooin' Boy, released on March 11th, 2011. Now, this was one of the first Mario videos I've ever watched, as dark as that may sound, but regardless of how fucking dark this video may be or messed up it is, considering that it's torturing poor little Yoshi here, still, I found this video kind of entertaining for some reason, and I feel like a lot of people feel the same way, since a lot of the people in the comments say that this was one of the really first videos they ever watched, or at the very least, it was very nostalgic to them, and I feel the same way. It's just because of, despite the dark subject matter, it is fairly charming in a way that most YouTube videos today don't really feel the same vibe as, the simple plush video, besides from, SML, but, that's completely dead in the water because of the puppet shit. At least we have SML re-uploaded. But anyways, back to this video. I really like the kind of feel this one has because, it's just really kind of charming in a way, like I said before, because I really like also the different ways that Yoshi just fucking dies. It's really kind of disturbing, but still, it's really entertaining. And I really like I just really like this video. So, yeah, it's really nostalgic. So, but it's not the most nostalgic to me. It's a fairly recent nostalgic video, so that's why it's only really at number 10, because, yeah, it may be really cool and may be really nice, but, not as much as the other videos I have before, so, at least after this one. So, let's go. There it goes now. So the next video is Mario Luigi Goes to the Park by That Guy in the Basement, released on August 29th, 2010. Yet another Mario Plus video that I used to watch quite a bit back in the day. And I really like this video for a similar reason I do like 25 Ways to Kill Yoshi. Well, besides the deaths and all that, it's just vibes for me, bro. Honestly, I really, really like this video. I like the parts where Mario and Luigi just play on the different types things on the park, like the slide or the rock climbing thing, especially with the Dr. Octopus Bob thing. That was peak comedy. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this video because it's kind of basic, saying the video says what it does. Mario and Luigi go to the park and they play in the park and stuff. So yeah, I mean, not much to say else with this video, but still, I really like it. I actually kind of like it a little more than 25 Ways to Kill Yoshi, just because of the simple vibes, and it really fits with the characters of Mario and Luigi, despite this obviously not being canon to the main games whatsoever, because at the end of the day, they're brothers and they really care about each other and just want to have fun, and just they're brothers. So yeah. Anyways, next. After that, we have Thomas Meets Lightning McQueen by Radiator Springs Museum, uploaded on August 29th, 2010. Yeah, these videos are a lot from the 2010s. And of course, you can't have an axle shifter video without a Cars video, am I right? But anyways, this video is pretty much exactly what it says again. Lightning and the gang meet like Thomas and friends from the Thomas the Tank Engine franchise and shit. Now, it's also pretty simple, but once again, I really like the vibe of this video. It obviously reminds me of playing with my Cars characters, and while I don't really have any Thomas merchandise anymore, I really only have one of them, like, for some reason, I still have it. But yeah, it's still pretty cool that the Cars characters get to meet with the Thomas characters. I mean, I literally did a Multiverse Wars episode about these two fighting, so yeah, check it out if you really want to on the Multiverse Wars playlist. But anyways, this video is still really cool, and I once again love the vibe of this type of video and stuff with the toys interacting with stuff. It reminds me of my childhood and really third grade and me interacting with the other kids and everything, where we played our little characters and stuff. Yeah, those were the days, man. Those were real good days. So yeah, once again, pretty nostalgic video. So moving on. So next up, we have Annoying Orange vs. Mortal Kombat, released by, well, the Annoying Orange channel, released on March 2nd, 2012. Now, I know this may sound kind of weird and kind of goofy, but like, yeah, this is how I first really learned about Mortal Kombat, or at least the Mortal Kombat franchise, through a fucking Annoying Orange. Yeah, I used to watch quite a bit of Annoying Orange videos. Yeah, I know, but anyways, I once found this video kind of funny, and I still kind of do today. So yeah, I know it's Annoying Orange. It's kind of a consensive like topic or something, and a lot of people have just simply forgotten about him. But yeah, this fits in the list of nostalgic YouTube videos. So yeah, it's pretty valid in my opinion. So yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. Now at number 6, we have Cars, the movie Mac Vids for My Brother, released by Autism and Love. It also came out on like March 8th, 2011. But yeah, this is another simple Cars video from my childhood that simply recreates the Mac falls asleep scene from the original movie, and where it has the delinquent road hazards DJ Booze, Dwingo, and Snot Rod trying to interrupt like Mac's like stay and just mess with him, and unknowingly have him mess with the control inside McQueen's trailer, and thus history is born, for at least the Cars franchise anyway. But yeah, there's another super nostalgic video that reminds me of the Thomas Meets Lightning McQueen video, where you just simply played with your toys and stuff. You never really cared about how professional it was going to look and everything. You just simply, because it was just fun to do. And that really is the core of classic YouTube. You didn't care about getting as much views as possible or making the most money or getting the most ads. You really just cared about having fun. And time flies when you're having fun. But yeah, that's why I really love this video so much. It's a simple recreation of the movie that I love so much, favorite movie of all time, but also it's a relic of a simpler time, which all of these videos are, but still. So next up is Pixarized Cars, World of Cars French Community by, the two Jakes, released on September 1st, 2010. Yet another Cars video, what a surprise, but not really a surprise. But anyways, this is one video that I feel super nostalgic for because of the different franchises that the Cars community back in the day just fused with, like Transformers, Terminator, Jurassic Park, Christine, just... yeah, anything, bro. Just even original character designs like this gold bumper car here, for example, and the A-Team. Just any different original character or crossover that you can do. It's pretty insane. And this is one of the many reasons that got me into the Cars franchise, just because of the variety of characters you can use, since, you know, there are a lot of cars in the world, so obviously you would have create a bunch of different designs and everything else. So yeah, this is a video that's super nostalgic for me, and especially for the music in the background, like, you know, Life is a Highway, classic Cars song. So yeah, another great video, another super nostalgic one. Moving on. Next up, we have Cars 2 HD gameplay compilation by Dark Zero TV. Came out on August 7th, 2011. Yet another Cars video. Again, I'm sorry for this, you know. Maybe I'll make another list that won't involve so much Cars stuff, but hey, the Cars franchise made up a lot of my childhood. But anyways, this is what really got me into Cars 2, the video game, and what prompted me to actually get it, like, very recently, actually play it. You see the different, like, gameplay videos I post of it? Well, yeah, this is why and stuff. This is the originator of everything. And the reason why this is so nostalgic, because this is really the first exposure I ever get to a Cars video game ever. I grew up with the Cars franchise during the Cars 2 era with the Spies and the World Grand Prix racers. Now, I still love the first movie. That's also the originator of everything. But still, this is just the era I grew up in. And honestly, I would pretty much pretend that I was playing Cars 2 the video game with my diecast Cars characters I had, where I just pretend that we were just doing the game and stuff. So yeah, those were the days. And yeah, I also really tend to watch this video a lot most of the time during my day. So yeah, another nostalgic video in the making, or at least it's already made. But yeah, anyway, let's move on. Okay, finally, not another Cars video, thank God. All right, but anyways, Dumb Ways to Die. This is a classic. I think we already know what Dumb Ways to Die is at this point, but yeah, anyways, it's pretty much just these collection of shorts made by Metro about, like, train safety, but it eventually evolved into a literal franchise about the song and everything in the game. But yeah, anyways, the song is actually super catchy, to be honest with you, even all these years later, and it's really memorable too. And I also remember this because of the various different clone type videos that were made during around this time. I remember most of these ones too, so they were pretty cool. And the animation itself is actually not that bad. It's pretty cool too. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this one. I mean, I feel like a lot of people know about Dumb Ways to Die at this point. But yeah, it's pretty nostalgic. Simpler time on YouTube once again. Moving on. And back to Cars. Yeah. Anyways, Lightning McQueen goes tractor tipping with Cars 2 characters by Andrew John 100. Came out on April 12th, 2013. And Andrew John is the same guy behind the Freddy Fazbear and Friends series, which is another super nostalgic series that's still going on to this day, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, this is another simple Cars video about the characters from Cars 2 and shit just going tractor tipping, just like how Lightning and Mater did in the first movie. So yeah, this is a pretty neat concept already. But then it's also really cool to see the different Cars characters interacting with each other from different movies. Obviously, we have McQueen, of course. Then we have Raul Sarul, Finn McMissile, and of course, Jeff Corvette and Francesco Bernoulli interacting and talking with each other. And it's pretty cool to see their interactions just bounce off each other and see how the characters react to things, and especially the tractors too. That shit was hilarious back in the day. So yeah, I mean, not much else in this video too. It's kind of just says what it does in the title. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Lightning McQueen, released by Purelukey16 on February 19th, 2008. It's pretty fitting to end this video on a Cars video, but it is super nostalgic. It may not be the most sophisticated or important video ever, but it is important to me because I found this video during the time where I was still not mostly into cars, but not really, but this video solidified it. But it was the song, Find Yourself. The song is just so beautiful to me because it truly represents why I'm a Cars fan. Because Lightning McQueen's journey throughout the first Cars movie is easily one of my favorite journeys throughout all of fiction. Because it truly means to find yourself. Not just the bad parts or anything else, but the good parts. The ones that make you whole, human. Make you want to improve yourself for your friends and family. Just do better. Also, it's just the fact that once again we have another simple time on YouTube where AMVs or GMVs or music videos were everywhere. And they were so good and they vibed really well. And the songs were fucking all bangers. They were really so fucking good. I miss this time on YouTube, man. Of course, AMVs are still around, but like, they just don't hit the same like they used to, you know? But I think that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed going down memory lane with me. So, see you later. Goodbye.